Hello, everybody. Everyone leaves. Hi. Who's that? Hi, Jazz. I don't even know what I was trying to do. How are you? Long time no speak.
I am good. Yeah.
It's been 3 months. So what do you got? Because you are the person who does stuff and you're the one who we like to live vicariously through. So we're gonna need you to spill the tea.
I don't do anything. Well, I did go to Jamaica.
I don't do anything. Oh wait, I went to Jamaica.
But I came back with COVID.
Oh no.
So that was great. Yeah. I mean, it was like on my last day, so I was like, whatever, I don't really care.
I'm out of here anyway.
Yeah, I was just like, what am I gonna do? Not go to work? Oh no. Whatever will I do?
Are you in like 24/7 like now? Or do you still work remotely?
No, it's 3 days in, 2 days not.
Damn. Yeah. Everything's getting back to normal, unfortunately. But hi everyone. Welcome to the stream. In terms of updates for me, no updates for me. I started improv. I joined an improv class again. Mm-hmm. So that's fun because I'm very much I have a lot of energy. I think, not to diagnose myself, but like I feel like I have like ADHD. I have a lot of energy to like expel. So that has been good because you can just do whatever you want. Although I think I don't know, there was some person who was like being a little too friendly, and it kind of scared me because this is the first time I'm interacting with people I don't know in a really long time. So I was like, I don't know how to take these signals you're putting down, so I'm just gonna run for my life. But that was scary. Yeah, it was just like, I was like, because you know when somebody says something nice and you're like, not to be like one of those, like, you know, like those guys that go to Hooters and like the waitress is nice and they're like, oh my god, she totally wants me, that kind of thing. But it was like kind of like that. I was like, I don't know if you're being nice or you're flirting or you're in love with me or you're asking for my hand in marriage. But but I don't know. Hello Leanne, hello Break, hello Esther. Welcome to the Sleepy Idol, little bar down in 64th and Crenshaw, you know. Today we have the lovely Jazz with us, you know, reinvigorating the podcast, making it what it needs to be. So I'm happy that you could join us tonight. I actually somehow manifested your friend getting sick. So you could hang out with them.
You also got better.
I manifested them just to be sick enough for you to be able to cancel plans and do this instead.
Dang, that's really powerful and nice of you. Like, let me feel better.
Just a little sick, nothing too crazy, you know. Leanne says both of y'all hair look amazing. Thank you. Yeah.
Hey, your hair is so cute. I meant to say that earlier.
Oh, thank you. I took out my hair to wash it, never got to wash it, so I had no way to do it. So I was like, oh, I bought extensions a while ago. I thought it was actually a wig, but it ended up being extensions. So what if I wrap them around my like hair puffs, and somehow it looked decent. Now it's very dark in here, which is like doing me a lot of favor. It's doing a lot of the heavy lifting because I'm sure I look crazy. But yeah, it kind of makes me want to get like a drawstring ponytail because this is just like a track wrapped around. But yeah, so yeah, but Jazz looking gorgeous as usual. Yeah, so I don't know what this is. No, just kidding. So okay, I just want to preface this by, this is not going to be a normal Sleepy Idol where we just talk about topics. I mean, we can probably a little at the end. But, you know, one of the things coming back to streaming is that I wanted to kind of make sure that, like, I'm keeping it fresh, funky, sexy, new, fun, and switching it up when I can. So I decided to start, like, incorporating nights where it is a Sleepy Idol, but, like, you know, we're doing other fun stuff. So it can be tangentially related to K-pop and things like that, but maybe we'll do quizzes, maybe we'll do games, maybe we'll do things like that. And so for the first night, oh, sorry?
K-pop billionaire.
K-pop billionaire. I'm always like, guys, it's in the works, and then like never do it. But yeah, K-pop billionaire, bringing that back, and just like fun stuff, so it can kind of break from the monotony, of like the everyday kind of sleepy out. And it's good too, because sometimes it can be, like Jazz knows, like it can be sometimes stressful trying to get all the information we need to do a Sleepy Idol episode like proper. So having one where it's a lot more chill can be really, really useful. But yeah, Jazz, any other words before I kill you? Apparently.
Oh.
Any other words?
I got you. No.
All right. So first of all, I want to say hello, Daisy. Welcome to the stream. Today, as the first kind of like switch up for the Sleepy Idol, I wanted to do an AITA, also known as Am I the Asshole? So for those of you guys who have lives, so you never been on Reddit, on Reddit, there's this really popular subreddit called Am I the Asshole? And basically the point of the subreddit is that people can take like, situations they had, whether it's like a fight with somebody or just like some situation or like kerfuffle they had with like their brother, mother, etc. And they basically present the situation to Reddit and they're like, okay, was I the one in the wrong in this? Was it the other person? Was no one in the wrong? Was everyone in the wrong? And so that's kind of the basis. So I thought it might be fun to do this, but specifically with submissions on Reddit that have to do with K-pop. Because I thought, we all have K-pop situations. We might be able to relate, and it might be fun so we can kind of discuss. So without further ado, let's get into the first one. Now, I will say some of the grammar might be abysmal because I only did like a brief run through because I wanted to make sure I wasn't like tainted too much in terms of like, knowing it and already having read through it. But hopefully, these can prove to be interesting. So let's look at the first one. So for the first, Am I the Asshole? So we'll basically read through them. Jazz and I will discuss, and then at the end we'll all vote on whether we feel like this person was the asshole or not. All right, so the first one, am I the asshole for saying, why do you want to talk about it now, about K-pop? So this person writes, I'm an 18-year-old female, and I've made it a habit to never talk about K-pop. Never. I'm an absolute fan when you see my bedroom, but I just tend to bring up topics like school, friends, or even anime, just never K-pop. Anime is different with my parents because they grew up with it, and my younger sister still likes watching anime. I'm the only K-pop fan in my family, and I mean different groups aside from BTS also. K-pop has become such a nuanced topic to most adults that I shouldn't even bother bringing it up. And it's been like that since 2017 for me. At home, I don't talk about it, even though it's clearly a part of me at this point, not even with my younger sister who occasionally listens to K-pop. So this person describes, I have posters, merch, I've been to K-pop concerts, but to get to the point, I don't talk about it. One reason is because the following phrases never fail to show up when I talk about it openly. They all look like girls. Are they robots? Why do they have makeup? They're not men. They look like vampires, to name a few, when I bring up my favorites, BTS. I want to okay, let me read the whole thing first before I discuss. Okay. A 7-member group of men who've done more than my/your, dang, okay, this person's kind of dragging this, ass while being a normal member of society. And they get called girls. It shouldn't faze me as much compared to when I started liking the group 5 years ago, but I still made a habit just to not talk about K-pop in general when talking about music. Or interest at all. So during my lunch, my mom says, you like BTS. Are you a super fan? It's weird to bring up or even ask me at home because I thought the answer was obvious to her at this point. I say, we never talk about K-pop. Why do you want to talk about it now? In a sarcastic tone because it should be obvious. And I'm talking to my mom in the comfort of our home. But she called me out for being rude and said I ruined lunch. Dang. Their mom's low-key a diva. You ruined the macaroni and cheese I made us. Like, girl, it was one damn phrase. But yeah.
No, it wasn't.
She continued to say that she didn't raise rude idiots. Okay. This is kind of giving me fan fiction, but okay. Didn't raise rude idiots who say these things. She's right. She didn't raise rude idiots. She asked me again what I had just told her. I repeated it. We never talk about K-pop. Why do you want to talk about it now? Turns out she heard, we never talk about K-pop. I don't want to talk about it now. Those were two different effing sentences. I would never say that because it's effing rude. I'm not stupid, but I didn't really know what to say to expect. I didn't say that. I was joking. That we never talk about K-pop. And even then, I wouldn't say that, or if I said that, I wouldn't mean it. But she didn't let me explain myself for something I didn't say. After a minute of silence, I said, it was their anniversary 2 days ago. Mom shoves it up and says, I don't care. Okay, her mom is giving teenager. Like, what kind of mom is this?
Very weird.
If anything, that's more rude. But she said before to me, so whatever. Do I apologize? Now my mom's bitter by the looks of it. After lunch, she had to leave for work, but she only greeted my younger sister goodbye and only asked my younger sister if they wanted anything from the store when she got back from work. I didn't speak up, but am I the a-hole? All right, they do have an edit, what they eventually did, but let's not talk about that. All right, so I will say this is kind of like a double-sided thing because it's like the mom misunderstood what the girl said, but I would like to kind of change this. Do you think it's rude to not want to talk about K-pop to somebody that tends to have negative reactions? Because I feel like we talked about this before, how like there's a lot of people in our lives growing up that when we were into K-pop, kind of what this person was saying, you would always get these really weird responses. So if somebody who originally kind of had this kind of appeal to you all of a sudden turned around and tried to have a conversation with you, maybe because they're genuinely interested now, do you think it's rude to brush them off?
No.
So
because if they're already like dragging them before that, why would you think that it's okay to bring them up again? Like, you obviously showed that you're not interested, so
that's true.
Why are you showing it now? Or at least like preface like, oh yeah, like I know that I said stuff about this before, but like genuinely I'm interested in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
if you really are interested. But
yeah, it's kind of hard because I feel like I'd just be really, really bitter. I mean, this person is her mom, and I don't know, her mom even saying this, like, oh, you like BTS, you're a super fan. It kind of seems like a throwaway, like, just trying to start conversation for conversation's sake, not necessarily like, oh, I'm interested in learning about them now. But yeah, I just kind of be over it because, yeah, there's definitely people that, like, growing up, I just learned in my life certain parts of my hobbies, they'll always just kind of pick fun at it or poke fun at it. So it's just like, yeah, I'm over it. I'm not talking about that to you. If I'm like watching something related to that group and I see you come in, I'll just turn it because I know you have something slick to say, that kind of thing. So yeah, I would say this person's definitely not the asshole. Their mom's the asshole, and their mom is also in 12th grade because they're acting like a whole teenager. You better check that your mom and you aren't the same age. That you better check that's really your mom because she's giving teenager. All right, so in conclusion, this person's mom's a flop. I'm sorry. I hope she gets better soon.
My mom the flop.
I love how that wasn't even the question, but that's our answer. Your mom is a flop. Okay. Let's see what the chat says. Let me get a studio mode. All right. All right, Leanne says, I relate with never wanting to bring K-pop around my family and other non-K-pop fans. And it kind of sucks that you just learn that there's people that are just going to be really negative about it. Like, because it's a weird thing to just decide you're always going to be negative, like, about. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of, like, when Squid Game got popular. And so many people were like, oh, like, how do I watch this when it's not in English or whatever? Like, it's just like, Girl, get to reading the subtitles. What do you mean? But it was so foreign to them. Like, I don't know. I just feel like people who are just like, they see K-pop and they just want to make fun of it. It's just so close-minded. Like,
yeah.
You would think they get over it.
Even weirder when they listen to like Spanish music or something. And they're just like, why would I listen to K-pop? And it's like, why do you listen to Spanish music when I know you don't speak Spanish?
Yeah.
It's like, we both don't speak Spanish, but you're listening to that. Like, it's no problem.
It's very weird.
It's very weird.
Yeah. Break says, yeah, ain't rude to me, especially if they act like that. Daisy says, how is it the problem I faced as a teenager in the mid-2000s who was into K-pop still going on today? That is kind of interesting because I will note that this was posted two months ago. So this is fairly recent. And that is also surprising because, yeah, Jazz, when did you get into K-pop? 2012? 10?
Probably like 2000. Like, I feel like I was introduced in 2010. But I didn't really care for it as much as I do now, I guess, until like 2013, 2012.
Yeah. And that back then, I definitely think they were definitely like fans, especially international fans, but I definitely think it was way more niche. So seeing people that are just like, K-pop, like, that was like a lot more rare. So the fact that girl, people need to keep up. We're still doing this in 2022. It's sad. It's sad and floppy.
Especially when groups like BTS are like really popular.
Exactly.
So it's like,
yeah, that's very weird. Like, it's just like, at that point, you can't even try to slay the person and act like they're all weird or something, because it's like, no, sir, you're behind the times, because BTS is one of the biggest groups right now. So what are you doing? But yeah. So overall, I think definitely not the asshole. Leanne says, my sister used to make fun of me for liking K-pop and K-dramas when I first started getting into K-pop, and now they listen to even more K-pop than I do.
How the tables turn.
How the turntables. Also, hello, Andre and Fortunate, for joining. Tonight, we are doing a special episode of The Sleepy Idol, in that we are doing Am I the Asshole K-pop edition. So, the very popular subreddit, we're looking through all the K-pop themed Am I the Asshole submissions. So, we just wrapped up this one, and I think, it's good I think we're good on this one. So, let's move to the next one. So, for the next one, let's see, which one did I want to do next? Okay, this one I also thought pertained to us a lot, Jasmine. So the wedding one.
Oh, I actually never mind. I'll wait.
All right, so for the next one, the question is, am I an asshole for wanting to play K-pop songs at my wedding? So the person says, it's just a singular K-pop song and it's during our dance. My fiance is more than okay with it since he loves the song too. However, my parents and friends do not like the idea of playing a K-pop song at a wedding. Their reason being, it's in a different language and not everyone listens to K-pop, so it's unfair for everyone at the party and they wouldn't be able to take our dance seriously. I'm not sure what that means. I said it's my wedding and that I've been wanting to play this song when I get married ever since I first heard it. I don't get why understanding the language is so important when the song itself is soft and sweet and very wedding appropriate, but they want me to still play an English song. Playing an English song isn't the problem, as all the other songs would be in English for everyone to dance. It's just the one song for my and my fiance's solo dance that I want it to be a particular K-pop song. They're calling me a bridezilla for not compromising and being so adamant over just a song. Am I the asshole? And they said, for those who are curious, the song is Fly Away With Me by NCT 127. So, is this person an asshole for wanting to...
How does the song
sound? Huh?
How does the song... What does the song sound like?
I actually do not...
Does it actually...
It's like one of those like throwback twerk songs. That's why they don't want to play it. I mean...
Maybe that's why they don't want you to play it.
I mean, NCT has some good like R&B slow dance bop, so I imagine it's like a "the closer I get to you" type song. But Jazz, do you think that this person is an asshole for wanting to play this one K-pop song that nobody understands?
You know. That's stupid. So like my trainer, he like said that he played majority Spanish music, and he's not even Spanish. He just likes like Spanish music at his wedding, and so like it's like if that's okay, like why, like that's stupid.
Yeah,
if they like the music, it's their wedding. Why are you complaining?
Exactly.
If it sounds pretty, why are you complaining?
And I feel so bad because it's like this person is begging to get to choose their own songs at their own damn wedding. Like, ma'am, Bridezilla,
I wouldn't even be telling them.
Exactly. You're lucky I let you know.
Like, sure, okay, I'll think about the English song. I'll think about it. And then on the day of, they'd see us dancing to like NCT or something. I'm like, I thought about it. I forgot to follow up on that. Yeah, I didn't want to change it. So
the parents are like, no, foiled. But yeah, I don't know. That's just so like it's like and nowhere do they say like, oh, well, my parents are paying for the wedding or my family is paying for the wedding, so that's why, you know, they like I'm giving them a say or whatever. But it's just so weird because it's like, what, do you think it's going to be embarrassing that they're playing a non-English song? Do you think like your other family members won't understand it? Like it's like I just don't get the idea that it's like rude just because not everyone speaks that language.
Yeah, I honestly like, especially if it's just like one little song and they're dancing to it. That's usually not even like the full song, so it's not even like they're sitting there for like, I don't know, like for a long time just listening and watching to play that song that they don't understand. Not that it really matters that they don't understand it. It's just it's not that big of a deal. It's like a small little snippet of time.
Exactly. It's like, it's not like they're like, oh, can I play their whole extended LP album? Like, it's like, calm down.
And only that on repeat. Like, keep it going through the night.
And everyone has to sing along by the end of the night. It's mandatory. You're getting kicked out the wedding. Like, what? It does not make any sense. Jumping to chat, Leanne says, if either person getting married doesn't have a problem with it, then I don't see the problem. And that is so true. I've noticed this a lot though with like not just with this K-pop situation, but in general with weddings. There's like so many people want a say when it should be like the bride and the groom's decision ultimately. Like I've seen so many instances where like parents or grandparents or friends and stuff like that are like, you should do this or I'm not coming. And it's just like, then don't come because who are you? Yeah. Like, what do you mean?
I'm glad you let me know. I won't add you to the plates. To the plate count. It's okay.
Like, it doesn't make any sense. A Daisy says, I'm sorry, who is paying for this wedding? It's my date. I'm gonna do what I want. Yeah, exactly. What do you mean? Crack. It's crack and cocaine. Also, hi Christine. Welcome to the chat. Christine says, even if my parents paid for the wedding, it's still my wedding. I do what I want.
Yeah.
And honestly, a lot of these parents are giving pre-K through junior high because it's like, why are y'all so childish in these things? Yeah. Like, Andre, and this kind of ties into what you were talking about, Jazz, I think, because Andre's saying it's giving very xenophobic vibes. I agree. I think there's something about, and I don't want to assume this person might not be American, but I know in America, there's something that like gives people pause when it's like an Asian thing, right?
Yeah.
Like if it's a popular French movie, they don't care. Like they'll watch the subtitles. If it's like a Spanish song, they'll listen to it. But as soon as it's Asian, they're like, what do you mean? Why would I listen to this?
Or any language that's not in one of those three languages.
Pretty
like
much.
English, Spanish, or French. It's just like, they're like, wait a minute, whoa. What? Russian? I don't know. Arabic?
True.
What? No. We're not doing that.
That's so true.
Portuguese? Spanish, but no.
Yeah. But I really thought this one was funny because it reminds me of when we were in college and we would go to parties and then we would try to sneak K-pop songs on like the Spotify playlist and see if anyone noticed when it started playing.
Yeah. We did get one person that liked the what's it called? What's it? Bad
Boy?
Bad Boy?
I think it was Bad Boy.
For some reason in my head I was like, is that the name of the song? I haven't heard it in a while. Oh my gosh.
I'm thinking, oh, okay. I was like thinking when they said Bad Boy.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. I was like, is that the name? But anyway, we got one friend to listen to that.
Yeah, our one success. But yeah, but it's very weird because I think again, it's like I'm sure this person, because if they're playing this at their wedding, they're probably a long time K-pop stan. So I'm sure this person got it banged over their head growing up that it's weird that they like K-pop and they shouldn't like push that on anyone. So I feel like that's probably why they're even approaching this like, you know, I told my parents and they don't want me to do it, so what should I do? It's like in any other, it was like they're gonna have to close their ears or something if they're that offended or whatever. So what do we think? Is this person the asshole? Who's the asshole in this situation? The parents, the NCT 127? I don't know. Taeyong for scamming that one guy. They should what?
They should be there live singing. So they're part of the problem.
Okay, speak on it, because if they were good parents, they would have paid to get NCT 127 to perform live at the wedding. Oh,
exactly.
Hey Tiffany. Tiffany says, just to spite them, I would play 2 K-pop songs. Ooh.
Back to back.
Yeah. Their parents start melting. They're like, no. This is my kryptonite.
Our one weakness.
All right, one more. I'll read this last comment and then we can move on to the next one. Like, there's such a stigma about anything Asian. Like, no one has a problem with any other European languages. I mean, BTS saw much more success releasing English songs. That there says a lot. True. What are you gonna say?
Like, especially because I feel like their English songs are not the same as their Korean songs, and in my opinion, I prefer their Korean songs. So it's like that to me. It shows a lot.
I mean, listen, ARMY, we love them, but I definitely think, I definitely think any ARMY like knows on average. I mean, they have a lot more Korean language songs, but the Korean language songs are way better than the English language songs. So it is kind of interesting to say them have more commercial success in America with essentially worse songs just because they're in English. And I know a lot of people who I attempted to put onto BTS back in the day paid me dust, but then when they heard Butter on the radio, they're like, oh, that Butter song. And it's like, girl, you don't even know the half of it. What do you mean?
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
You when Blood, Sweat, and Tears came out.
Yeah, exactly. Do I have a song for you? Yeah. So, overall, this person's parents are the a-holes. And they should let their daughter do what they want, first of all. And 2, be more open-minded to different sounding music. Like, come on now. Foolish. All right. So for this next one, this one was kind of like multifaceted, but I'm going to skip to number 4. But I thought this was interesting because this was definitely something that came up a lot, especially when I feel like came into K-pop, and my opinion on this has actually changed somewhat. Now, I already know this has a lot of spelling mistakes, so Jesus take the wheel as I read through this. And Miss Ma'am did not even do any punctuation. There's no indentation. So, all right. So the next question is, or the next one is, am I the asshole? My friend is serious on becoming a K-pop idol, but she doesn't sing well at all, and I'm starting to be concerned for her. All right. My friend, 18 female, and I, 18 female, have been friends on and off since we were 14. When I was about 12, I got into watching Korean dramas. One day I showed them to a friend who seemed to really like them. Just like me, she got into watching these series. Soon, she has also gotten into K-pop. My music taste has always been sad, slow songs, and as of late, I'm way too obsessed with playing my guitar, so I listen to a lot of solo guitar playing without any other instruments. So as you can tell, I've never been connected to K-pop. She tried to show me songs, but it's not my music taste. So I don't know much about the K-pop world. She got so into them that she started seriously telling me about wanting to go to Korea and become a singer there. She's a great girl. She's a great girl. I love her, but she cannot sing. I didn't push it. I didn't say anything because I thought she'll get over it. Spoiler alert, she didn't. She started making an online audition as well. I'm not exactly sure how this works, but she created an account on Instagram and used a certain tag for something, and that's how that worked? I don't know. Anyway, I saw the post and her voice was terrible on it. She honestly can't sing, and I started being scared she'll end up like those people who are made fun of on X Factor. She also started planning to go to Korea, and I've decided I have to do something about it. Her mom keeps on encouraging her that she should follow her dreams and she should go after what would make her happy. I agree, but I don't want her to become a joke in Korea. She's also a black girl, and with being pale being so popular in Korea, I'm concerned about her facing racism. I didn't mention that to her because I don't want her to take it the wrong way, and I don't know enough about Korea to make judgments, but considering how popular pale skin is, I'm a bit worried about maybe her experiencing racism too. But mostly my problem is that I don't want her to be humiliated on TV. I love her and she should do what makes her happy, but I'm scared she'll go to Korea alone, get humiliated, and there won't be anyone by her side as she's planning to go alone. So I have no choice but to break it to her. I knew it was going to sting, but it was better it came from me than Korean television. I told her, I know you love singing. I'm glad it makes you happy. You should continue to sing, but the truth is you aren't a good singer. And I know it hurts to hear, but I can't just not say anything and let you go humiliate yourself. Of course, I got the reasonable reaction, or that unreasonable reaction, I guess they're saying. She got really upset and said I'm her best friend and should encourage her in her dreams. I told her I do and I want her to be happy, but I'm scared people will make fun of her. Even that video she made didn't get any good responses, and I don't want her to end up being a joke on the internet or Korean TV. I feel like I did the right thing, but I also feel like I really hurt her feelings. Was I the asshole? All right. So, as a recap, for everyone who's new in the chat, we're doing Am I the Asshole K-pop edition. And this most recent one is about somebody who has a friend that wants to become a K-pop idol, but they cannot sing, and they also are not Korean. So the friend thinks that it was best to break it to them to not go to Korea and do it. So are they the asshole for telling them the truth that they're finna flop and humiliate themselves in front of Taeyong?
Why am I gonna take off?
I don't know.
No one else. Everyone else thinks she's amazing. I mean, everyone needs a friend that tells the truth, I guess. It's like sometimes I will watch like American Idol and be like, how did you get here? Like who told you this was right for you? Because it's not. It never was. I can tell it never was. But here you are. So it's like, if you could stop somebody from doing that to themselves, yeah, go ahead. I mean, it hurts. Someone's got to say it. I might have told someone else to say it, though. I don't know if I'd be the one to say it.
Like send an anonymous text or something.
Something like that. Maybe like make my own account and then go follow that Instagram account that she made. And then comment and be like, wow, this is like so not good. I don't think we'll make it. And then
that seems meaner.
And then she would like be sad about it, and I'd be like, oh man, that's what the internet will do. Maybe we should rethink about like all our choices.
We group. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Let's go back to the drawing board and decide, is this the right path?
Oh,
Maybe it's not.
oh God. I
Yeah.
the thing is, okay, maybe you may say I'm a dreamer because I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm getting that age where this is usually the age that people start like losing their dreams and being like, I gotta do realistic things and blah blah. So I don't know. Like, she can't sing, but isn't that the beauty of the K-pop idol system? Because they'll like train you, as opposed to like, I think here in America, I don't know if they're American, but assuming there's no like trainee system really. I mean, there's like, you know, A&R and things like that. But like there's no like proper trainee system where they'll take you at your bare bones and build you up to at least something of a decent like performance, stuff like that. So it's like, if she was gonna do it anywhere, like start from like scratch anywhere, I feel like this is a good place to do it. I was surprised that there wasn't more emphasis on the fact that she's not Korean, because I know that always becomes like a huge thing. And I remember back in the day before you had like you know, Alex from Rania and then Fatu from Black Swan and like other like non-Asian, non-Korean idols popping up here and there. There were a lot of people who were like this, and they would get laughed at and told that you were delusional. And like, I know like SM would always have like in their like audition thing, they're looking for anyone, and they wouldn't specify like, you know, you had to be Asian. So people were like, oh, this is my chance. And there's, I remember, you remember when Show Me the Money was doing auditions and a bunch of like non-Korean people came and like rapped and they weren't very good. I mean, that's why it went viral. Like, I'm not trying to be shady, but like, it was like, I thought that would be more of the emphasis, but it seems like she just doesn't want her to do it because she can't sing. I will say, you're not an asshole for wanting to wanting your friend to not be humiliated. But I do think maybe you should mind your business. But no, okay, but like, let her do it. Let her do it. Let her flop. Let her fail. If that's how it's gonna be. But it might not be. I don't know. I was like, but her ass can't sing.
Just commenting something anonymously and then just being like, whoa. I mean, that's what's gonna happen if we do K-pop. I don't know.
like the
Or I'd be like, maybe we should just focus on, like, you know, strengthening our dancing skills. Let's start there.
Very positive. There. I like that. I like that.
Or rap. Maybe let's do the other areas. Let's not focus on the singing only. Like, I think I would like maybe try and direct her towards somewhat like other areas to make her like not be so focused on singing. So she can't sing.
That's
I don't
true.
know. Or ask her to get lessons.
True. Yeah. True. Get a little lessons before you audition. That's really smart. Let me jump into chat real quick. Ali says, sometimes it's hard to be that friend, but also, was their relationship strong enough to bypass what the mom was telling her regarding her talent? The moment I saw the mom supporting her, I would have kept quiet. That's true. That's true. Once you got that parental or familial support, it's kind of hard to be like, oh, your whole mom is lying to you. She's sabotaging you. Like, that's kind of crazy.
Mom, she's just telling you to pursue your dreams.
Her mom's a hater. Her mom's sabotaging. Honestly, that's funny though, because you mentioned American Idol earlier, and the thing is, what I found out about American Idol, because I used to watch the show all the time, is that it's really sad when you get the people who can't sing very well and they make it to the Simon, round. Because the thing is, for them to get there, a bunch of people had to tell them they were good or push them along. Yeah. So when they come up and they're extremely delusional and they sound terrible, yeah, it's like, we're all kicking, ha ha ha, funny. But it's not like their family probably told them they were good, and then literal producers on the show told them they were good enough to be able to see the actual judges. So it's like, at some point, we gotta be like, feel for them somewhat, because all these people are telling them that they're good even though they're not. So
yeah,
jail.
That's true. But still, the moms, dads, and friends should have been like, wait a minute, the producers I thought the producers would stop you. They did not. We're not doing this.
Now I have
We're
to
about
step
to be on
in.
camera. No. I gotta pull the plug. We can't. We can't keep going.
Damn. Andre says, "Hell no, they're not. Need a friend like that. Hell, I thought I could be an idol for a hot second, but I snapped out of it. Like if the Instagram responses didn't tell her, then someone had to." That's true. I want to ask Jazz because I feel like, especially people who get into K-pop young, is it safe to say everyone has a phase where they want to be an idol themselves? Did you have that phase where you wanted to be a K-pop idol? You were like, how can I get to Korea? Okay. Just like, not me. Take care though.
I thought about it, but like not enough to like actually try and do anything. Like I was like, that would be cool if I could. Like that would be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna start trying to do this. It's just like, yeah,
That's
if
true.
it happened, that'd be awesome.
That's
If
true.
it doesn't, life.
Yeah, I figured like if I did not like, because the thing is I could just become a singer here because there's so many extra obstacles that would be in your like in your path if you try. But if you're super passionate about it, hey, go follow your dreams.
I think that's what I've had more dreams of being a singer here and just being a one-hit wonder and then disappearing.
Genius. Make a lot of money off that one song. You'll never see me again.
That write one word so I have like the writers like royalty check. Like, yeah, I wrote that one line.
Perfect.
It was just but I wrote it.
Daisy says, I don't know if I'd tell her either. I don't want to crush nobody's dream, but someone needs to be a reality check. A lot of people are saying this girl needs a reality check. But yeah, I mean, I think it's just kind of like what you said in the beginning, Jazz, about how like, like if it's good to like not let her humiliate herself and tell her the truth that that's how you're feeling. But I like the idea that you're like, okay, girl, let's focus on something else. Let's get them stretches in, I think that's good.
Or if you send her to a singing instructor, they'd be like, so you need to work on this and this, and then she'll be like, wait, hold on, no, I thought it was perfect. Maybe that'll crush her.
That's true. That's true. I feel like there's a lot of people who want to live that K-pop idol life or just that celebrity life. As soon as they see what it actually takes, then they're shaken up and they're like, okay, I wanted to be this, but I'm not passionate enough to do all the things that I need to get there. So clearly I don't like it that much, so I'm piecing out.
Yeah.
And just kind of like learning that, it might not be for you. Maybe you're just, you just like it a lot. You don't necessarily. But yeah. Let's see. So overall, are we saying this person was not the asshole? Or she was the asshole? Or there's no assholes here?
Like there's nobody, I don't know.
I think it's fair to say that nobody's the a-hole here. I need to remember to say a-hole. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't good. Even though, the person was hurt, it wasn't good. Like, she had a good intention. So, yeah. All right. So no asshole here. Okay, so just for reference, the four options are: you're the a-hole, which would be the person writing is the a-hole; not the a-hole, which means that they're not the a-hole; everyone sucks here, which is ESH, which means everyone is in fault in some way, and then like I think it's no one's the asshole or whatever. No one's the a-hole. So those are the options, but no a-holes here, I think. And let's move on to the next one. All right. So for the next one, should we do the BTS one?
Which one?
This one's kind of the one that's right above the one that I read. This one's kind of long as hell.
It sounds interesting though.
It's very cracked. It's giving crack cocaine. So for the next one, We have, am I the a-hole for breaking up with my girlfriend for being dangerously obsessed with BTS? Okay. So they have a couple edits. But okay, 16 male, so we're dealing with infants, was dating a girl, 16 female, for a long time, about a year and a half, when she started getting into BTS, and it took over her life. She only talked about BTS anymore. She only posted and followed people on Twitter that also liked BTS. It was all she would listen to. She spent all of her money on their merch and stopped talking to all of her friends that weren't into BTS aside from me. At first, I supported her new interest, but after a while, it got overbearing to the point that I couldn't handle anymore. She would try to force me to get into BTS all the time, claiming that anyone who comes into contact with these boys falls in love. Ooh, she would fit well on BTS stan Twitter. Whenever she would, I would try to tell her about the toxicity of the K-pop industry and fandom, but she wouldn't listen, claiming that the artists were just dedicated and some fans just loved them a little too much. For context, one of the artists broke a leg and still went on to the concert, and she claimed it was dedication and he wasn't forced to do it. She also claimed that the fans that tracked the band to the airport and threw themselves on them was a bit much, but wasn't that bad. After a while, I just got fed up and broke up with her. She wasn't the person I fell in love with. This is so funny coming from a 60-year-old. She's changed! She changed completely. Rather than the deep discussions about life in the universe and politics, she just wanted to talk about whatever Yoongi and Jaehyun said that day. Excuse me, I think you mean Taehyung, not Jaehyun. He's an NCT.
Maybe she was talking about. Like, I may like BTS, but that Jaehyun from NCT 127 is something else.
She thinks I'm the one in the wrong because I'm not supporting her, but that's not it at all, I don't think. I broke up with her not because she has an interest I don't have, but because she's a wholly different person and was the kind of person that would be incredibly angry if one of the members so much as took a concert off because he was sick, and didn't need that in my life. And I didn't need that in my life. Am I the a-hole? So, is he the a-hole, Jazz, for not supporting his girlfriend's interests and saying Jaehyun?
Well, that makes him wrong already, right there. I mean, I feel like if he talked to her about it before, and she was just like, whatever, like, no, I'm still gonna act like this, then yeah, that I'd break up with her. But if he was just like, I don't even want to talk about this, we're just breaking up, then it's kind of like, okay, you didn't even try. You just didn't want to talk about BTS.
That's true. I always wonder in these, like, am I the a-hole post, because we're only getting one perspective, how true it actually is. Because you know how they always say that there's your truth, their truth, and then the truth or whatever? I think that might be kind of like, was it just that she was like so obsessed, or were you just immediately annoyed? I mean, okay, I'm kind of putting words onto him or whatever, but maybe he was a bit jealous. So anytime she talked about them, he immediately saw it as too much, talking about them too much, or being annoying, or being over obsessive, and etc., etc. So I'm not like, I don't know, maybe, but this is kind of completely off topic, but I do have a question. Do you ever think you were you were at the girlfriend's level of being into a group? And I'm not talking about, because she seems a bit off kilter when she's getting mad because members are taking concerts off, but this kind of like really talk about your favorite group a lot, really are like, stay on stan Twitter, only looking news about them. Do you think you were ever this obsessed with any group? Be honest, okay? Who's the group, Dad?
What do you think? There's only one group that I would ever. That was EXO. Yeah, I was obsessed with EXO for like, I feel like 2 years. Like 2013 to 2015, I think I was just obsessed.
Do you think it was the point where it affected your relationships? Like you felt like you couldn't connect with people that didn't also stay in EXO?
No.
Oh, okay.
My spare time was just always like, I'd be looking at EXO stuff.
Mm.
Like I'd be at work. I would just like I have my little window of like Tumblr. And I would be like, "What's going on today?" And I would be on One Hallyu. Yeah, that was
I used to do
that was a
that
moment
too.
in time.
Yeah. Admittedly, I don't think I was similar to you. I don't think that I was that obsessed, but I do think there was a point in time where I would like wake up, check like, you know, the K-pop whatevers to see what the group did, stay in their threads to see what they were doing and stuff like that. Again, I don't think it was to the point where like I had trouble like interacting with other people if they weren't stans.
Yeah.
But I will say musically, I did get to a point where it's like I really only knew their songs and then like maybe a couple other K-pop songs. So if somebody listened to anything else, I probably wouldn't know what they were talking about. Hence why I was forcing people at college parties to listen to NCT 27 and trying to sneak their songs on. But yeah, it definitely is like, as much as I want to be like, maybe the boyfriend's exaggerating, this is definitely a real type of person who becomes this obsessed with the group. But I don't know. Because I think he's being kind of dramatic when he's like, we used to talk about the universe and quantum physics, but now...
Yeah, when you said politics, I was like, you ain't talking about that. Don't even, what type of politics? No 16-year-old is out here talking about politics. Like, all the time? In the universe? Like, what? It's so broad.
He was like, we were this close to solving the cure to cancer, and then she found BTS and abandoned the research. She threw the research in trash.
What the heck?
Oh God. But again, I mean, you are allowed to break up with anyone for literally any reason. So if you really felt that you could no longer connect with her because all she cared about was BTS, it's understandable. But I will jump into chat to see what chat says. First of all, Ollie says, this is fun, by the way. I'm forever going through these threads. Nice to have a chat to discuss. Yeah, I'm obsessed with Am I the Asshole? And a lot of them can get really messy, so it's very fun. Leanne says, well, the girlfriend seems a bit delulu. I love that word. The boyfriend also seems a bit pretentious. Huh?
I haven't heard delulu in a while.
Same. That is very like a 2014, 15 word. Leanne says, well, the girlfriend seems a bit delulu. The boyfriend also seems a bit pretentious about the whole thing. So I feel like they're both at fault in some way. Interesting. So we're getting everyone sucks here type vibes. Andre says, this feels weird. Like when he says dangerous, what does he mean? Like it's not like she's stalking them or anything. I guess he thinks maybe her ideology is dangerous. I definitely think if what he's saying about like, you know, somebody broke their leg and she was like, it's just dedication, or like gets mad when a member doesn't like behave in a way that she wants them to or thinks is appropriate. I feel like that's like a dangerous ideology.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of fans can fall into that kind of weirdness. Tiffany says, I remember how I was when I started liking K-pop. Yes, I got really into the whole K-pop scene, but I never ditched my friends for it or forced people to listen to the music with me unless they wanted to.
Yeah.
In high school, you had friends, though, that actually listened to K-pop, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Only like a couple, like one person and then her friends would listen to it.
Yeah. I think I lucked out because I think all my like immediate friend group ended up liking at least some K-pop group, so it was never really weird to talk about it. I mean, one of them literally lives in Korea now, and like the first couple years she was living her K-pop life, going to like SHINee concerts every other weekend. It was crazy. I was jealous. But yeah, so a Daisy says, it sounds like she became a stan, which sounds concerning, to be honest, and I can see why it could have affected their relationship. Glad my nerdy K-pop self never became this dilemma. Yeah, I would like to think I never became this delusional, but I guess it depends who you ask.
Yeah.
Ali says the issue is the dissociating from her own reality, like becoming distant with her friends is a little concerning. Something may be happening in her own personal life also.
Which is
Interesting.
why it's like talk to her. That's why I was like, why did he not talk to her? Seems a little like there's a missing section
Hmm.
of like he was just like, yeah, and so I just broke up with her. It's just like didn't even like say like this is concerning. We should like you should try and not do this. Like it was just like, yeah, no, it was concerning, and I just was like, you know, I'm just gonna turn a blind eye and just break up.
Damn. Now that you put it that way, that is really cutthroat. Because definitely, I think standing can be a good thing. But I feel like sometimes when you overly dedicate your life to anything, it could be because you have a hole and you're trying to fill it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying if you stand BTS it's because you're depressed or anything, but I know because maybe I'm getting from experience because it was like a lot of things were stressful in my life and they were like my outlet, but sometimes in a negative way because I would just be like, well, it doesn't matter because I'll just listen to this instead of really handle what's stressing me out.
Yeah.
So that's such an interesting way to put it. I never really thought of that. Oh, that's really sad then. Mm.
Yeah.
Um, Tiffany says she's still new to it. I'm assuming and I hope so. She'll probably grow out of it as she matures. Yeah, I agree. So
Hey, how
overall,
long has this been happening? I wonder how long this actually was. Like, watch this just be like 2 weeks of her of his life, and he's like, it was so long. She's getting like delusional. Like, it's only been like 2 weeks in.
I mean, I'm sure he's only 16, so 2 weeks is like half his life. He's like, when is she gonna stop standing? It's been 2 minutes.
A different one. What I remember from 2 minutes ago. Like, what the heck?
So overall, it seems like a lot of people are skeptical of the of OP and their reaction to the girlfriend being obsessed, but then also they're not. Some people are kind of skeptical about how they're telling the story. So overall, after discussing it, Jess, has your opinion changed? Who do you think? Do you think we have any a-holes here? Do you think the boyfriend might be the a-hole? Do you think no one's the a-hole? How do you feel? And chat, how are you feeling?
I feel like he could be the a-hole, but it seems like there's missing information, so I
Mm,
can't really. It's kind of like, no, no,
that's fair.
no, it's an a-hole.
It would be nice if the girlfriend saw this and followed up with her side so we can compare.
We scroll down, maybe we should. It's like, wait a minute, I know who this is. Billy, if you don't get off here, he's still dating me, by the way. In
This
fact,
is
he
a
loves
lie.
BTS.
He's the one who's obsessed with BTS. This is a whole fan fiction. That liar. All right. I feel like we needs more information. If that's an option, I would definitely say that. Yeah, and it seems like from what people are saying, it's kind of like a back and forth. It's either like no, we need more information. They're both kind of sketch, but then they're also maybe both kind of not sketch, and it might be a genuine understanding or misunderstanding. So I'll say we can leave it at no a-holes here. I think that's fine and needs more information. All right. I think we can do like one more because I would like to do this again, so I don't want to do all the good ones. So let's see. Jazz, do you want to pick the last one? I think the starstruck girlfriend one's pretty interesting, or the coworker fantasy one.
No, that's why I was looking at the coworker fantasies, but I didn't.
You want to do that one?
It sounds. It just sounds funny. I didn't really read it.
This one might be a mess because some of them I was like, okay, let's get our grammars together because some of the grammar and the writing and punctuation I was like hard pressed to read, but let's do that one then. All right. For the next one, lol. Am I an a-hole for laughing at my coworker's K-pop fantasies? A bit of pretext. The girl in question is 29 years old, lives in the US, and is a coworker of mine. We always hang out at lunch, talk about boring stuff like what we did over the weekend, how we're doing, etc. One thing I learned over the past few weeks is that she's really into K-pop, like super into it. Her phone background picture is her favorite K-pop boy band. She has a folder containing images and videos of the band. She goes to all their concerts, you know, the typical obsessive die-hard K-pop fan. Anyway, we were discussing what makes them so appealing, and she nonchalantly said their looks and their music, which I guess is an acceptable answer. Her favorite band, by the way, is a group called GOT7. Dun dun dun. There are many members in that group, and I don't know any of their names, but let's say her favorite member is Bob from GOT7. It's probably Jackson. During one of our lunches...
Calm down.
Listen, girls love Jackson. That's just the truth. That's true. During one of the lunches, she says, "I will marry Bob someday." I thought it was a joke, and I burst out laughing. I looked at her, and she didn't seem too happy about me laughing. So then I calmed down quickly and asked her if she was serious. She nodded and quietly muttered yes. At this point, I felt bad for laughing, but thought in my head, what the F, she's a lunatic. That boy band is in Korea, probably has 100 million female fans globally, and she's too old to have this sort of hopium. Anyway, she looked visibly uncomfortable throughout the rest of the lunch, and she never asked me out to lunch anymore, let alone come talk to me during when she quits her job. She's like, I don't even want to see you anymore. Am I the a-hole? Maybe I am, but come on, her goal is delusional, filled by hopium. All right. So.
Yeah. Yes, you're the a-hole. That's how I feel. Just by the way that they, like, called her a lunatic. It's just like, dang, calm down.
True.
It's not that serious.
That's
like,
true.
Why are you writing like that? Like, it makes me feel like you laughed in a very weird, like, not, I don't know, it just seems like it was very vicious or not well intended at all.
Agreed.
The way they, like, reacted to her saying that.
This kind of tears me up because I see stuff like literally we literally, Shumin is the podcast boyfriend, like we joke about stuff like this all the time, and like we don't ever say we're kidding, right? But it's just kind of like, it's just like, I don't, we like a lot or whatever. So part of me feels like that has to be what this coworker's like intentions were, just to be like, I'm finna marry him one day or whatever. This reaction, I'll admit, is a little scary, but and a little, it is a bit delusional. I want to call her a lunatic because that's mean, like you said, but it is a little delusional. But I think at the end of the day, whether she was serious or not, I mean, if she wasn't serious, obviously she probably was trying to solicit a laugh, but from the reaction, she was serious. It is still mean to laugh at her, even if it is right to call out her delusion. Because if she truly believes this, I feel like there's something going, kind of like the last girl, there's something going on deeper, and that should not be laughed at. That should be examined. Now, is it up to this person to be like, hey, what's going on at home, sweetie? No.
Is something going on? By that reaction, I'm thinking there's something deeper going on.
Exactly.
Let's start from the beginning.
But yeah, I'm just like, sweet, this sounds insane, but it's still, you still are an a-hole for laughing at that. I mean, okay, maybe not though, because assuming that they were kidding is not necessarily a absurd reaction. So if she genuinely, if this person genuinely just laughed out because they're like, obviously this is a joke, right? Then I could kind of, then I don't know if I can call them the a-hole for particularly that reason.
Yeah, I wouldn't call them an a-hole for that. I think it's the fact that, I don't know, the fact that they called her a lunatic and they're like, that's their reaction in their head. Makes me feel like they didn't say sorry afterwards, and it makes me feel like they just were just like, okay, you're crazy. Like, at least say sorry. I mean, you may not agree with them or whatever, but like, you obviously hurt their feelings. So apologize and just don't talk to them again. It's okay.
True. Yeah, I definitely feel like I'm one of those people that are very sensitive to other people's feelings. So if I laughed, and then I saw that they were like sad about it or whatever, I would immediately correct myself and be like, oh yes, I will be the bridesmaid and we will all go to the chapel. Yes. Like, you know, it is pretty mean to laugh, but I don't know. Part of me is just like, but also I don't think anyone should be feeding this person's delusions either. So maybe the laugh was the wake up call this person needed.
That's sad. This makes me feel like they went home and cried about it.
Oh my god. No, that's so sad. I feel like all these are like, this person that I know is way too obsessed with K-pop to an unhealthy, you know, mentally unstable, you know, level. Am I the a-hole for setting them straight? Which is so sad. But yeah. Okay, jumping into chat. Leanne says the real question here is which GOT7 member was she talking about? It's Jackson.
No.
It's giving Jackson stan. No, just that's so mean. Wait, let me not say that.
They were just like, here's a member. You're just like, it's giving Jackson. You know, if somebody likes them, it has to be Jackson. All the other members, everybody hates.
That's because Jackson stans are down bad. Listen, I'm sorry. Don't fight me, Jackson's Angels, but it's true. But you're right. I feel like there's probably other. It could easily be. It could be Yugyeom. It could be Bam
Bam. It
could be
Mark.
Oh
my god! Sorry, random. But like, there was like I think Mark made a TikTok or something, or maybe he already had one. But it came on my feed, and he was like, his friend was like, "Hey Mark, do you have a water bottle?" And he like turned around and he had like 7 in his hands. And he was like, "I got 7," and I was like, "That is the cutest little thing."
Oh my god, I'm gonna marry him someday. No, let me stop. That's really cute though. It's not giving Mark Stan energy though, for some reason.
Just from Bob, Mark. I think you would remember Mark.
Maybe he was confused because Bob is like and Mark very similar. Oh,
it was an English name.
Ooh, Ali
Jackson.
I think it's giving Jackson Stan energy. Ali makes a good point. Why are they fixated on her age? Is there an age limit to be a K-pop/music fan?
Okay. That threw me off. When I saw 29, I was like, dang, okay.
They're like, she's 29, 1 foot in the grave. Like,
so an age where I'm supposed to stop?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
29's it. I'm approaching.
Put away your stand card. I think maybe it might be because because the thing is true. There's a lot of ageism in just any type, a lot of stan cultures in general, I think. Like people being like, you still like this, blah, blah. So I definitely think it could have been that. But it also could have just been not necessarily because they like K-pop, but how they're acting is a very childish way to act. So it's like you're 29 acting like you're fitting to marry Bob. I don't think so.
But like, it doesn't seem like they had that much information on her acting. Very weird, besides the one thing that I'm gonna marry Bob.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of that, it just seems like she just has pictures of the band.
True.
And then she goes to their concerts. But I feel like people do that for other bands that aren't K-pop.
That's true.
And singers. So it's like, why is that normal? But when it's like GOT7, it's like, whoa there, calm down.
Bob does not want you. If anything,
pick one.
She's 29, right? And this was 10 months ago. So she's actually around the GOT7 members' age. So if anyone's going to be delusional about marrying them, let it be a 29-year-old and not like a 15-year-old. Because if the stars align, perhaps you will marry Bob. I don't know. She's like watching this like, yes, Jay, correct.
You understand. You're in America, I'm in America, we can meet. It's going to happen one day. It's gonna be walking into Stop and Shop, and that's it.
Tiffany says, I mean, unless she pulls a Ollie London, Sage, and marries a cardboard cutout, then yeah, I'd be worried, but I doubt it. Also, what was the point of calling her a lunatic? That's true. This person, I
feel like that's what threw me off was when they said lunatic, I was like, relax.
Whoa, take it easy, man.
Easy, man.
Yeah, it's hard because definitely I think that this mirrors problematic. Like, if this thing actually went down how this person's saying it did, it does mirror very problematic delusional behavior. But you are also mean. So, and I think a lot of, you can kind of feel from the tone, a lot of this in general is, I feel like it's just their disdain, or it feels like their disdain for like somebody that person's age, like being this into K-pop, not necessarily their delusions about who they're gonna marry. But yeah. I
wonder if they said more.
Wonder if they what?
Like, they said more than what they, like, just laughing. Mm-hmm. I feel like they probably were like, they laughed and said something else, like, oh man, you're crazy. And that's why she doesn't want to hang out with him.
True. It's like, you crazy, then like he like chokeslammed her or something. He's just cutting that whole part out.
They were trying to kill her, but anyway, she's crazy because she wants to marry Bob. So let's focus on that.
They're like, I did attempt to chokeslam her, however, that's not even that big of a deal because she said she was gonna marry Bob. You guys don't understand.
She's alive. Like, why are we so upset?
The last one, Andre says, would he call her delusional if she said she wanted to marry Justin Timberlake in his NSYNC days, or Donnie Wahlberg from the New Kids on the Block? Ooh, so is it another like xenophobic thing where because it's a K-pop band, they're suddenly like, you're a flop, you're a weirdo?
Yeah.
Yikes. So I feel like we all kind of agree that regardless, that this person's a bit delusional from what they're describing, but also this person's an a-hole for just talking about their coworker like this, and I wouldn't want to hang out with you either. I did want to double back though, because Leanne mentioned something in regards to Jackson. Speaking of Jackson, did y'all see the video on Stan Twitter of him partying or whatever and drinking vodka from the bottle or something? I did not. Did you see this?
Cool. Partying. Party.
Where was I, Jackson? Why wasn't I invited? Try again.
So you coming to China?
He spends a lot of time in, I think. I don't know. He was on something recently.
He was on Good Mythical Morning recently.
Yeah, I saw him on that, and I was like, first of all, that assistant they had, she won. She won so much.
Oh yeah, that was so cute.
I was like,
that was so cute. And she can speak Korean or Chinese.
Oh, Chinese. Cantonese? Both. Mandarin? I forget what
she speaks Korean. I know she can speak Korean.
Ah.
She speaks a lot of languages. She's
queen. Trilingual, multilingual people are just legends. But Jackson, if you're watching, because you want to get Good Mythical Morning, it's only right you go on the more popular podcast, The Sleepy Idol. So what if he actually, let's manifest. This show gets so big that Jackson Wang himself guests on it, and Jackson will be right here. Or no, we'll do like a 3-split screen. And he'll be right over there. And we're like, Jackson, I don't even know. What questions would we ask Jackson?
Are you Bob?
Are you
You're Bob?
Are you the infamous Bob?
I just opened Twitter to try and find the Jackson thing, and the first thing that's on my page is Britney Spears covering up her boobs and being half naked. And I'm like, what's going on? I don't even follow Britney Spears, so why is she on the freaking Twitter feed?
Didn't she just release a song with Elton John or something? That seems a little bit spicy for an Elton John duet, but okay.
Because I don't even follow her. That's my main thing. It's like, why is she on my page? And the first thing. Anyway.
Daisy said he was partying in Thailand when he was drinking. Also, he was just stateside. Oh yeah, okay, that's what I thought. He was here for something. I thought it was Lollapalooza. Jackson was also on the Kelly Clarkson show. Honestly, what do we think about Jackson's like new? He's in his Evanescence, emo, grunge rock, Welcome to the Black Parade era. I think it's nice.
Is it J-Hope level?
It's what?
Is it J-Hope level? He's out here.
J-Hope was more in his Encore / Numb featuring Jay-Z era, so no. It's even more, I think, like avant-garde, like alternative than J-Hope's thing.
Okay.
Yeah, because J-Hope's was at least still rap. His is like, he's like singing. Rock and roll singing.
on. Sorry, I just see like one of his videos, and I'm like, it looks like a lot is going on.
It's very like, I don't know. He's an alternative boy. I don't know. I like it. The songs are like all right, but I like the visuals.
Yeah, like it looks cool. I feel like his music videos are very cinematically pretty.
Yeah. Oh God, there's a lot of money in them. You can tell.
Yeah.
Well, if anyone has the link to the thing, I guess we can watch it if it doesn't have any copyrighted music because Susan will get my ass. But yeah, overall, this person's an a-hole, and they just need to let people be delusional. I don't know. All right.
Just don't talk about K-pop. I just never bring it back up. I'm like, oh, okay. And we will never talk about this again. Never. There's other things to talk about.
All right. So for the last one, let's see. Should we do this starstruck girlfriend one? I remember that having a lot of responses. So I think it's a pretty crazy story. Let me see. Is it long? Okay. Yeah. Do you see how many comments it has? It's crazy. I'm like, what? Did Mark from NCT write this? All right, let's go. Okay. So for the last topic, or the last Am I the A-hole of the day, we have a guy laughing at his starstruck girlfriend. Let's see what that even means, because I do not know. All right. So the OP writes, let me just real quick resize this, just so y'all see how poppin' this post is. 19.1 whatever's. Okay. Last year, my 22 male girlfriend, 23 female, won a radio contest to briefly meet and take a photo with one of her favorite K-pop groups, NCT. She was super excited, since I guess you would call her a super fan. I definitely feel like she's too old. They're coming for our necks here, y'all, and I'm uncomfortable. She's like 23, and you're saying she's too old? Okay. So let me just get the grave plot now, because but yeah, I definitely feel like she's too old to put so much stock in K-pop, but I generally don't talk to her about it. So it's pretty harmless, just annoying. I think you hate your girlfriend, Sarah, but let's keep reading. She was told that she could bring a +1 with her to the station to meet the band. And so she took me with her. Even in the car, she was so excited that she was shaking, and she kept saying that she wasn't sure she could do it. I didn't care either way. I just wanted to get it over with. The meeting was honestly nothing special. All the band members said hi to her and shook her hand or offered her like a platonic hug. Well, what else would they do? Make out with her? Like, what do you mean? She cried for most of it, awkward, and kept bowing to the members. She's white. I'm sorry, this boyfriend hates his girlfriend. She cried for the most part, awkward, and kept bowing. She's white. And while I didn't say anything, I was so embarrassed for her. Some of the guys also shook my hand and greeted me, but a few of them didn't. Probably noticing that I wasn't really into it. Whatever, it wasn't for me, it was for her. I'm not a fan. She has some other friends who are also K-pop fans, and when we all hung out later, she started talking about how wonderful and surreal it was to meet one of her idols. I then started laughing and telling her friends about how awkward she was, how she bowed to them despite none of them bowing to her, and made a joke about how they probably laughed at her once she was out of earshot. You hate your girlfriend, sir. Complete silence. Immediately, everyone is death glaring me. I tried to clarify that she was acting really crazy for a 23-year-old. I even looked up the van, and half of them are teenagers. This is 2 years old, by the way. Although, are there any teenagers?
Still, though.
Yeah.
None of them. Or maybe Mark and HM.
He must be exaggerating, because as he made sure to mention, he hates or he doesn't care.
I don't know. NCT is NCT. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. Let's see. Yeah, I tried to clarify that she was acting crazy for a 23-year-old. I even looked up the band, and half of them are teenagers. And she retaliates that she probably made them feel less awkward than me, who didn't even talk to them. What the F was I supposed to talk to a bunch of Korean guys I don't know? We ended up arguing about it privately, but it's been a sore spot and we just don't bring it up. She barely even listens to K-pop around me anymore. Fast forward to now, a year later, my girlfriend just bought 2 NCT tickets for her and her friend, which were very expensive and include yet another fan meet. I mentioned buying a ticket myself so I can go along with them, not to the fan meet though, and my girlfriend said she'd rather me not go because she doesn't want me to be bored or embarrassed. The way she said it was so cold, for absolutely no reason, and I feel like she's being so passive aggressive over a joke that I made ages ago. Am I the a-hole for laughing at my adult girlfriend's teenage fangirl antics?
Yes.
Talk about it. Talk about it.
Like, this is stupid. Is he dumb? Like, what? He really was like, let me buy a ticket as well so I can go. After he just dragged the mess out of him. Wait, what?
He was literally like, dang, you're a stupid old loser. Hey, can I come next time? Huh?
Dude, I didn't say anything about their music. The music is great. Them though, I'm not trying to see them. I'm here for the music.
Jail.
Like, what?
Do I have the jail thing? Need to put him in jail. Okay, I don't have the jail thing up. He's lucky. He gets to stay out of prison. Yeah. I would say, yeah, this guy's just so, like, from the get-go, he was like, this girl's an embarrassment. She's doing embarrassing things. She's embarrassing. Ugh, she was so cringy. And then I slayed her. And then she wouldn't invite me back. 2 + 2 = 9? Huh? Like, what do you mean? Yeah.
I feel bad for her. She should not have invited him.
Mm-hmm.
He should have just been like, why are you inviting me in the first place? Just so she can invite one of her friends that actually like K-pop.
Exactly.
Like, why are you going if you didn't even want to go?
Exactly. I think that was...
Ways.
And I'm not saying it was her mistake or anything, but I think that was the problem. Having somebody who wouldn't appreciate the experience go. Like...
Yeah.
Especially somebody who would be this rude. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
So mean.
To her face.
Exactly. Like, you literally slayed her.
Exactly. Your friends? I'm gonna just say it to the world now. In fact, I'm writing up this like post as we speak, so everybody knows how I really feel.
I really hope he didn't think he was about to eat with this post. Like, everyone was gonna be like, yes, sir, what a fool. She's an adult. Oh my god, she's basically in the retirement home and she's standing Mark. What a loser. Like, huh? You're literally so mean. Break up with her. Actually, no. If she's watching this, break up with him. All right? Don't let him break up with you. He's so mean. I will say, okay, maybe it was a bit cringe if she was bowing and they weren't bowing back, but maybe she thought she was doing something. Like, maybe she thought that they would be respectful, and not necessarily it's just she was being cringe and like blah, blah, blah. But it's just like, I don't know. Like, you're saying you don't even care or know these people, yet you're so embarrassed as to how this girl is acting about in front of people you allegedly don't even care about. So what's the issue?
Yeah.
Okay. Blue tomato, 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 tomato. Let's see what chat's saying, because I'm sure chat, you love this guy. All right, so first off, immediately, too old takes several seats, so sure. Yeah, there's a lot of ageism in all these posts. Yeah. Like, but Leanne says, just annoying. I'm hoping the story ends with the girlfriend dumping his butt. Everyone's giving him death glares, as they should. Yet another family in all caps. Smells like Jen said. Yeah, that was weird when he was like, she used her own money to buy another ticket, and there's another family. It's like, okay, like, you don't have to come, so why do you care? Crack.
Yeah, it's just weird.
Your boyfriend smokes crack, ma'am. A Daisy says, what did he expect though? Like, you belittled her and her hobbies and now you're surprised she won't include you in them. Def and a-hole. Exactly. I think you failed as a friend, a parent, whatever kind of support system when somebody is literally afraid to talk to you about something because they know it's going to happen. Like, that you you literally made them feel uncomfortable and unsafe, and you should feel embarrassed because of that, especially if you're claiming to be somebody that cares about them. But yeah, he's a crackhead. Tiffany says it's giving insecurity on his part. If I had the chance to meet Twice and BTS, I would probably cry and be starstruck too, because they're my alts, and I'd be damned if I'd let my boyfriend try to make me feel bad about it. He would be slapped and single. True. Real. Yeah. And I will say, I mean, this girl seems like on their way. She knew from the beginning that she was going to, you know, be very emotional, be very, very, you know, excited and stuff like that. But I feel like, and I always say this story every two years or whatever, but you really don't know until you actually are there. So I don't think you can blame somebody for being starstruck. Like, I will always remember when I freaking went to
and then didn't invite people to go.
I'm sorry, if I had a time machine, I would change who I was. But yeah, when I went to KCON, New York, like 8 years ago, I was a baby BTS fan, but you know, I wasn't like a super stan yet. And I remember going there to take some pictures during the red carpet, J-Hope looking right into my camera and me being like, all right, I need a second. And he wasn't even my like bias, so that was a lot. But I was like, okay, I need a second to recuperate because what's happening? I'm shaking. Like, what's going on? And I was like, this is not me. I'm not that kind of like state. Like, I've never done that. So it was really shocking. So literally make fun of this girl is really weird. I don't know.
Especially your girlfriend.
Exactly. Like, is he sure that this is his girlfriend and not his mortal enemy? Because he's giving, like, he hates her vibes. So I'm a bit confused.
Sorry, my autocorrect. I said girlfriend. I meant enemy. My bad.
My autocorrect changes sworn nemesis to girlfriend for some reason. But yeah, I think it's pretty clear that this guy's the a-hole. It's just, like... Why would you be like this though to somebody that you claiming that you care about? Like,
and I like how he noticed that she doesn't listen to music, to K-pop music around him, and he was still like, you know what, you want me to go to the concert with you? Like, no. She's not even listening to the music when you're around. Why would she want you to physically be at a concert with her? Like, no.
Just so you could judge her the whole time and talk about how she's a loser flop and needs to get a freaking grave plot and lay in it because you hate her and she's ancient. She's an ancient artifact. Like,
this is sad.
Yeah. And this is like just like one of those things where like, I'm not telling you to break up with your boyfriend over K-pop, but I guess I'm telling you that because he's so unsupportive. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Mark would never treat you this way. I'm just saying.
If Mark is her favorite. Did she even say that?
No, I'm just assuming. She gives Mark energy. She gives NCT Mark Stan energy. I can just tell. Last comment. This is why I go to concerts by myself, because I'll be damned to let someone ruin my experience that I'm so excited for. Like, sir, go straight to hell. True and real. That's so true. Like, there might be somebody that I wanna do something with, but I'll never like make someone go. So that's why I was so hesitant to be like, hey, to like you and like Danny and everyone, like, hey, do you guys want to go to this anime con? Because I was like, I'm not sure if they'll like it, and I don't want to like feel bad or make them feel like they have to like enjoy themselves if they truly aren't going, or they truly aren't. So y'all are nerds.
We like anime.
That's okay. That is so true. But like, anime cons are like hell. No, just kidding. They're like so.
So you invited us to burn with you?
They're so cracked. Like, it's so degenerate. There we go. It can be like, some of them are fine or whatever, but some of them can be very degenerate. And so it's like, if you're not used to the degeneracy yet, I don't want to like overwhelm or alarm anyone. It's like there's animes that you recommend to people who've never watched anime before, and then there's certain animes that you could only recommend to people who know the strange ass tropes that be in anime, so they wouldn't like be freaking out about that, and they could like look past that. Like, it's that kind of thing. But yeah. But yeah, so I think this was probably one of the clearest. This guy's clearly the a-hole. Like, what the heck? What do you mean? But yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's 25 now, so if anyone wants an unsupportive boyfriend because they probably broke up, find this guy's username. But yeah, so I think every single person we talked about was the a-hole, right?
Well, some of them was like, we need more information.
True. It's true. So overall, yeah, everyone's at a-hole, including you guys. No, just kidding. Yeah, this was fun. I like just sitting here and kind of talking and chilling. And for those of you who weren't here in the beginning of the stream, I kind of mentioned that this was a bit of a different themed stream, just because I want to make sure we're breaking up the monotony with the stuff we do on the Sleepy Idol. So I'll try to be like incorporating more streams like this where we do more games or like fun stuff, random things, K-pop billionaire haunting my life because I never do it, and things like that. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Jazz, my esteemed co-host, is there anything you wanted to tell the people before we wrap it? Ooh, okay. What is it?
Well, you know what? I just told you before that Schumann.
Oh, wait. Can I do the Schumann? All right, let the people know what your man's doing.
So Schumann is having his solo, his Shulo, at the end of September. I don't think they put a date yet, but it's the end of September, so I'm very excited. He posted I think 2 pictures from when he was filming. So he had I'm hoping it's gonna be good. He also sang one of his songs. He already sang it last year when he came back from the. Was that last year? I don't even know. When he came back from the army, he had a song called Serenity. And he did it at his special comeback thing that only certain people could watch. So he actually performed it again last weekend at the SM Town Express tour thing. So he did that last week. I think he's gonna perform it again this week. And it's gonna be on the album. And it's a really good song. It's really pretty. And that's it. So look out for the Shulo at the end of September.
Is that a thing that the fans are calling it, the Shulo? That's so cute.
It's so cute.
That has been.
Yeah.
All right. So before oops, I think I muted myself. Oh wait, no I didn't. Okay, so before we wrap up, I did want to do a couple things. If everyone could just stop where they are and give the stream a like, just to tell me that you like it. Huh?
I'm kidding. Or dislike.
Get out! Who's that anymore? Well, luckily for me, they can't dislike it. So like it or don't. Or actually, they can, but I won't see it. So you can just keep that amongst you and your grandmama, I guess. But yes. Yes, Leanne, get a champagne bottle because Schumann's finally employed. We're gonna finally get to be able to pay rent.
Oh, God. He already had enough money before, EXO was getting his royalties.
I don't know about that.
Don't make it. Especially now that only there's 5 of them now. While the other ones are anonymous.
That's true. That's true. Honestly, I think I'm just hating because Kyungsu gave us that damn album and didn't. He literally performed it in voice notes and sent it to us like we're freaking dogs. Sir,
you know what's even funny is that they all had they did their solo songs at the SM Town thing. But Dio didn't do anything from his album. He did his freaking song from when he went to the army. You know how he did that special song?
Mm-hmm.
He did that song.
Because he hates us.
He didn't do
He
like
doesn't
the
like
rose
us.
or whatever it's called.
Listen,
Just like,
the Kyung disciples are out here trying to do our best, but you're giving us nothing to work with, sir. So I'm gonna have to jump ship.
he said, I don't even like that album. He was like, I don't even know why I did it. He's like, honestly,
I'm tired. I'm
I
sick
just
and
wanted
tired.
a paycheck. Y'all were dragging me saying one album. I told them, give me the scrap that you have at the bottom of the barrel of songs that I don't care about.
I thought the songs are good. Well, some of them. I'll be honest. Not all
You know,
of them.
like the songs were good, but I feel like he doesn't care. He was like, these are the songs I don't care for, so give me those. That's what I want.
I want them to hate this. Yeah, I'm bitter. So, but hopefully, yes. Now our podcast boyfriend is finally employed. We can finally feed the kids. We can finally pay rent now that he's employed. I forget who my like boyfriend, my podcast boyfriend choice is.
What's it called? Whatever, Squid Games.
Yeah, but he's like
doing nothing. He's really not doing anything.
No, the thing is, I think he just came out with a movie like a couple like months ago or something. I just
but I don't even know what it's called.
I don't. I'm a flop. I will say that, you know, I really tried to make him a thing, but it's just that I don't pay attention. Like, I like K-dramas and I like Korean movies, but I'm not up on that like entertainment sector as much as I am in K-pop. So it's very hard for me. Like, I don't know who to follow. I don't know who to like where to go to get the hot news and stuff. So I was a poser and I'm a flop. So I'm sorry. I release you, you know. Now that Shumin is finally making ends meet, we don't even need you anymore. You know, the kids are going to be fed. So, yeah. Finally.
Last week, was that like a year?
Well, we were kind of living off his Squid Game money, but that ran out now because nobody cares about Squid Game anymore.
I still have not watched that show.
Which is just like, how?
So tell me how, like, I was like, you know, I should watch Squid Games. I started watching another K-drama instead. And now I'm
just get out.
I'm just like, you know what? When Squid Game season 2 comes out, or is about to come out, I think I'll have more drive to.
You are so annoying.
It'll be even fresher. It'll be even fresher. Like, I know everything, and I'm going into the second season. It'll be great.
I mean, that is kind of smart because I definitely think if Squid Game season 2 is going to have a very, very close connection to the first one, I'll probably need to refresh myself. So I'm probably gonna have to rewatch it anyway at some point. But I want to fight you for that because then that means I hate people who haven't watched Squid Game because I love making Squid Game references and jokes. And so I'm like 50% less funny if you have not watched Squid Game. And I'm barely making funny. You know the base. Well,
like
that's
that
true.
cookie thing, when they're trying to cut the shapes out or whatever. The red light, green light thing. I feel like there are a whole bunch of things.
Okay, that's fair. But you know what? Wait a second. You haven't watched it either? Leanne, please hit them with a ban. No, just kidding. Don't clap. Oh Christine, you haven't finished it? Oh my God. Leanne, please hit all of them with a ban because you cannot come with this energy. He was the whole podcast boyfriend for 6 months and y'all didn't.
They're like, who?
We finna fight.
Oh my God. I feel like him not see the show.
What? Y'all are fake. And thank you, Leanne. Yes. I also have a channel, Pink Cloud, which is PinkCloude. So that channel is for like, I really don't know what it's for, but right now I am uploading old or previous streams, Anime Club streams. So for those of you who enjoyed Anime Club when I used to do them on Wednesday night, I'm slowly but surely uploading all the old streams onto that. So if you want to see it, it's up there. Right now I have our full Wotakoi discussions. I finished uploading our RN High School Host Club episodes, and right now I'm working on Death Parade, which I remember Death Parade, we got into some really deep conversations. So if you guys are anime fans, you like, you know, talking about anime on a deeper level, you maybe want to watch a show and you want somebody to watch it with, I'm trying to find it right now so I can link it. Yeah, head over there and we can watch it. And yeah, working on more anime content. Working on more anime content for you guys. Also, again, if you haven't given the video a like, go ahead and do that, my friends. Yeah, other than that, Wait, I'm about to post it. Other than that, yeah, this was really, really fun. I'll catch you guys next time. Also, after the video ends, I task you guys to because like after it ends, it turns from a stream into like an actual video. So in the comments, let us know what other kind of fun things you would like to see us do on the stream. You know, and if there's like other K-pop YouTubers you like and you would want to see come on the stream and talk to us about stuff, let me know down in the description as well. Because, you know, I'm thinking of reaching out to some people. There's some K-pop people I admire, but I feel like you guys are really on who are the girlies in the K-pop YouTube space. So yeah, I'm interested in hearing that. So any suggestions or anything, or what was your favorite part of the stream? What was the funniest, you know, story, Reddit story? Let us know. And I think that was it. Yeah. So thank you, everyone. Thank you for the support. And I will see you guys next time. Oh, yay! Thank you, Andy. Hi, Andy. Yeah, thank you guys so much. See you next time on the Sleepy. Is it this way?
I don't know which way. Wait, I'm so confused. Oh my god.
The Sleepy Idol.
No, my god, it's the wrong hand. I'm so confused.
Wait, is it? It might look cool if we do it opposite, though. Sleepy Idol. So,
okay. What just happened?
See you guys. Don't forget to give the video a like. Oh, wait, let me monitor the likes. Hold on. Yeah, I'm being that anal. Okay, let me see. I don't even know how to do this. All right. The likes. Hold on. Right now we have 7 likes, but there's 14 people in here. Everyone give it a like. Jazz, you too. Don't try to give it a dislike.
I already gave it a dislike.
You better undislike it. You're setting a bad precedent.
It's like dislike. How dare.
Everyone go ahead and give it a like. And don't forget to comment after the stream wraps up. Ooh, okay, 12. Can we get 14? Can we get 14 likes? Everyone's like, no, girl, we're tired.
Yeah, you lost.
Oh my god, Jasmine, was that you? I will literally go over there and fight you.
Oh,
who's playing me? Y'all play too much. Y'all play a little too much for my comfort. All right, you know what? Before it goes down to 0. Before I humiliate myself, I'll wrap it up here. 12, I guess. But don't forget to comment on the video and give us more suggestions. All right, guys. Good night. That was it. Sleepy Idol. You don't gotta go home, but you gotta get the hell out of here. Okay?
Oh.
I don't want to see you in these parts anymore. Okay? All right. Bye.